Oh, that was a cool beginning. That was too cool. Too cool for school. I'm so stupid. I'm just too bloody stupid. The song's about me.
It's showtime, folks.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Into the Music. This is where we listen to great music. That's always the aim, right? That's what we're striving for. And sometimes we fall short, but usually when that happens, it's still a good listen. It's a good time. It's a good conversation, good insight, and all that. That's what we strive for. That's what we strive for on this channel. I don't know why I'm actually sort of ranting a bit. But yeah, I mean, that's what we do here. And that's what I'm going to try to do with Just Too Bloody Stupid. That's a song from Close Lobsters. And this is coming from Nish. Nish, how you doing? Yeah, actually, I second that, what you wrote in Kofi. Uh, Thankfully, I'm feeling better. Right? It's about time. I spent almost the whole entire freaking month of October feeling like crap. But now I'm feeling ready to get into the song. Just Too Bloody Stupid by Close Lobsters. Oh, that was a cool beginning. That was too cool. Too cool for school. I'm so stupid. I'm just too bloody stupid. The song's about me. Here we go. Let's start it over. Ah, that's so good. That bass line is just incredible. It just has that heavy kind of mechanical sound and sort of deep sort of bass in the background. But it's just giving the song lift. It really is. Yeah, well, the guitars too. Everything about this is lift. This is like that kind of dance sound from like the 80s, early 90s. I don't think it was back in the 80s. I think this might have been recorded in the early 90s. That's my guess right now. But it's something that I would kind of make a beeline for the dance floor in the clubs that I used to go to years and years ago. Yeah, this is cool stuff. I like what just happened and now where they're going with this. It kind of like stretches the song out a bit, you know? The first minute or so is just very sort of lifty, jumpy, kind of, it could definitely sort of, hopping around, dance floor kind of thing. This just stretched out. This is really interesting the way they're going with this. Let me actually pull back a little bit where they just changed it up. Yeah, yeah. This is great. That part right there again, the second time they're doing it, it's just brilliant. You know, a couple different chord changes. Da, 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 da. I love that. Again, it just stretches things out. It's so good. What a contrast. Oh, that bass. Well, that was quick. Oh, 324. I thought it was longer than that. Ah, that was so enjoyable. Nish. Man, that was so much fun. Yeah. Produced like heck. I mean, not where they can't go out and like replicate this on the stage, right, for a live performance. No, but I'm just applauding the production on this song. It was just well produced. Well produced. So good. The tone and the guitars, the whole thing. Ah, all right. I'll say some of that for the other side, along with some information. Again, good stuff, Nish. So I was wrong. Well, I was right and I was wrong. This sound takes me back to like the 80s, you know, where I was really kind of going on dance floors, you know, nightclubs, new wave at that time. And like this kind of sound is like one that would just, I'd be screaming, you know, speeding towards the dance floor, making a beeline and doing my kind of thing. You know, I'd be like wailing my arms around and twisting my shoes, my feet around stuff, you know, and just watch out. I mean, I was tame compared to some other guys, you know, the guys who wear like the really like the overcoats and the black boots that were going up towards like the calves, you know, and they would be stomping, you know, and they would just be, you know, get out of their way. I wasn't really like that. I did wear an overcoat here and there though, and black shoes that were good for dancing. But anyway, I digress big time. So I was right about that, right? Um, I was just wrong on when I thought this was recorded. I thought it was like early 90s. And this is actually 1987. I pulled up the information and I was like, oh my God, 19. Well, no, it actually makes sense. It makes sense that it was around that time. So, yeah, I mean, what can I say? Melodic as heck. Um, a lot of the songs back then, you know, I would probably take a guess that this is from a British band, but we'll see. I didn't check that closely when I was pulling up Wiki. I just saw the 1987 when I was actually pulling up the album that this is on. So yeah, I love the bass line, the drums and the bass, the rhythm section was just fantastic. The bass, I mean, I knew right away, right up in the beginning, it had that kind of really sort of deep sound, kind of mechanical, almost like, you know, like an engine that's kind of revving up, not revving, but actually more like you already started the engine now, it's just a bum, 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 you know, one of those old cars. Yeah. And it sounds great, right? It's not like it's a problem. It's actually, it's wonderful, especially to car freaks, you know, that kind of sound. But as a bass line, I mean, that's like heaven to my ears too. I love it. Um, And then I love like later on when it kind of got all, I think it was after he kind of shouted. There was like this really cool part, like where he's singing, but like really loud, almost like shouting from the mountaintops, and then it comes back to it in the bass, um, and the bass by itself, and that was phenomenal. I love that. Um, what I really like too is that those change ups. I thought they were change ups because like the first minute or so, there was just a very kind of bouncy, again, like the bouncy dance, shifting here, boom, 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 and then it kind of, then that it sort of went into that da. I can't da 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 da. I mean, it just did that like three times. It's three separate times, and what followed that was like some other. I think it was at least one time there was one or two times where after that sort of chord change, then you had this really cool sort of like guitar line that was coming back in again, with the bass, and they were ready to do something else, and that just repeated a couple more times. I just I this is fun. This is fun. This is something that I'm going to go back to. Well, I'm going to listen to again. Might go on a playlist, Nish. Um, yeah, yeah, because again, the guitar work was so good, and the bass line. I mean, it's so melodic, and it was risky because it could have been one of those that, yeah, it's nice, it's bouncy, it's kind of, you dance to it and stuff like that, and then you kind of forget about it. But with the way the music, the instrumentation, um, I mean, they clearly can play the instruments. So well played and well produced, not overproduced. And that's what I want to make sure, like on the other side. Like I wasn't trying to come off like, they can't replicate this on the dance floor. um, on the stage, right? For live performance. No, they can. But it was just I was commenting like on just the production on this, just the way they brought the sound, the guitar tones, it was just it's beautiful, It's like kind of watching a brook, water and just, from far away, yet you can still hear, on one of those days where the wind's not blowing, you can just hear like, the water that's trickling, over the rocks, and onward, and you could just hear that. And it's almost like that's what they did with the production on this music. They just brought everything out and so crisp and so clear. Yeah. So Nish, I really enjoyed this, man. This was a good one. Well done, sir. Well played. So I got some information pulled up and about the band Close Lobsters. Kind of funky little name, right? And Scottish indie pop rock band, 1985 through 89. This is really interesting. Then they actually took a 23-year hiatus. 23 years, if I got my math correct. I'm not a math guy, but just quickly, 23 years. And then 2012 to present day, they got back together again. And it looks like the same old guys: Andrew Burnett, Tom Donnelly, Bob Burnett, Stuart McFadden, and Graham Wilmington. They all got back together. What happened? They all kind of like met girls and fell in love and married and had babies. And then the kids got grown up and they said, hey, what the hell? Let's get back together again. I bet you I'm right. What do you think, Nish? Let me know how close or how wrong I am if you know. Uh, but yeah, I mean, Wiki kind of goes into it big time here. So this is actually off their albums Foxhead Stalk This Land. That's a pretty cool album, 1987. Rolling Stone's review of Foxhead of this album called it first-rate guitar pop from a top-shelf band. Yeah, first-rate guitar pop. Yeah, guitar, man. Rolling Stone called it out. Uh, Here we go. Yeah, this is so cool. Close Lobsters could have been just another jangle group, but they have a lot more going for them than just chiming Rickenbackers. That's awesome. That's kind of like what I said, right? That they just had that sort of different sound to their guitars. It had something. There was, I wouldn't say an edge, but there was meat, right? There was meat on them bones. Yeah, whatever that means. All right, cool. And let me just get into the actual album on Wiki. And I thought it might say like how up the charts they were. If they did well in the UK, I'm not sure. Definitely in Scotland. I would probably think even in the UK. Um, it was released in the US. I don't recall the song. That's really interesting. And there's a song on this album called "I Take Bribes." Nish, how's that song? Do you know that one? Yeah. I want to do that one. I want to do Pimps. I want to do all these songs because of the song names. Mother of God, Pimps, I Take Bribes, Sewer, Sewer Pipe Dream. That's so good. Pathetic, Pathetic. And even this song name, Just Too Bloody Stupid, right? Yeah, yeah. Which actually, why does that resonate with me so much? Anyway, hey, I have no problem making fun of myself. What else am I going to do with my time? Here we go. The lyrics: 1-1 slip up, mess up. 1-2-3. Some examples. Her mind is small. His motives crooked. KB said, too bloody stupid. Not too slow that he said it. 1-1 blinkered, blinkered. 1-1 slip up, slip up. Gravity was just taken from you with it. Don't pretend to comprehend that much. From this point, I'll say exactly. And then it goes on. These backwoods, spineless, selfish swine, they come between us every time. 1-1 pop like that. They always pop like that. 1-2-3. These examples. Her mind is small. His motives crooked. KB said and just repeats it. Yeah. It's just a repeat of that. Yeah. I don't know what to make of the lyrics. I don't think they're deserving of really going deep, right? What do you think, Nish? Um, I just think this is just a fun song. Well played, well produced. There's got to be other songs that sort of around like sound like this. I don't know. Is a whole album like this? Or is it kind of does it change from song to song? Let me know. I'm assuming that you know everything about this band, about this album. You might have just kind of heard this one song and just decided to give it to me, And here I am assuming, right? You know what happens when you assume, right? I'm sorry about doing that. With that said, Nish, you have a good rest of the day. To everyone out there, hit the like button if you like the song, if you like the reaction, and put in the comments why. And with that said, I'll see all of you on the next episode of Into the Music.